What's going on, everyone? Trust the Buzz here. If you're new to the channel, I make Charlotte Hornets content, so if that interests you, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. It's been a minute since I made a video. Not a lot of news has been coming out, but I am working on videos, so just give me time to edit those videos, put those videos together. It's not going to be the quick hitters that I normally do, but I do have a quick hitter for you today. If you cannot tell by the thumbnail title of this video, in today's video, we're going to be talking about how fast will this team clean house? And by that, I mean, if you live under a rock or you just weren't paying attention because it did happen on a Sunday, the NBA Board of Governors, of Owners, basically approved the sale of the Charlotte Hornets to a 29-1 ratio, with James Dolan being the one person to not approve of the sale of the Charlotte Hornets. Why? I have no idea, but whatever. It's basically, this is Michael Jordan's last week being the owner of the Charlotte Hornets. And honestly, it's bittersweet. It was nice to have one of those franchises that was ran by a former player, especially a guy such as, Michael Jordan's caliber. But it is time for change, and it's been sold to Rich Snall and Gabe Plotkin. So two business guys, and I just want to see the business approach because we all know in good business, that especially if you think of the Hornets as a business and not even as a team or players, or you don't take any of that into account. If anything, if you want to have a good business, winning will cure everything. So I think that if they're good business people, they will understand that right away and do what they need to do in order to put this franchise in a position to win. Now, how soon will the Charlotte Hornets clean house? I do not think it will be this summer. I know some people are saying as soon as, I think this upcoming Sunday is when the ownership changes hands. As soon as that happens, they'll start firing people. It's possible. I won't say it's impossible. It is actually very possible because the season starts in October. If you do it now, what is that? Is that late? Is that early August? I don't know. It's the 24th. So yeah, I think it'll be like August 1st, August 2nd, something like that. So you got August. No, actually, that might be June, July 3rd. I don't know. I don't know the date. Either way, you have August to September to October. So like a month and a half to kind of put in what you want for this team. And considering that Brandon Miller, who's going to be a key cog, whether he starts or not, he's still going to be important to what this team does. Miles Bridges will be important to what this team does. I don't quite know what's going on with PJ. So those are only like additions. And maybe if they bring up a backup point guard, even then, you probably could get away with just having a new coach and having him install his system and doing that. But it's more so the coaching market is what I'm more concerned about. I don't think there's anybody that the Charlotte Hornets want. So I think you rather just stick with Steve Clifford. He technically has not done anything to be fired. So you run with Steve Clifford into the next season and see where that goes. And honestly, I think Steve Clifford can prepare this team to be able to be ready for another coach that could finally take them over the hump. I just don't. It's the talent I'm more concerned about. Also, another thing to note is Steve Clifford and Mitch Kupchack contracts both run out next year. So I think it just would be better to let those run out, let those play the course. I don't think we should see any big moves, any major moves outside of extending LaMelo, which, that's already happened. But I don't think there's any long-term deals that will be made between now and then and maybe trade deadline of next season, just because of the fact that Steve Clifford, Mitch Kupchack more than likely won't be there to see that. So I think that they're going to let the new GM handle all those things right there. So I don't foresee any major moves. So don't expect it. Even if the Hornets are like on the cusp of making the playoffs or anything like that, it's going to be for expirings or something like that. It's not going to be anything long term. I think they're going to want someone new to come in. Now, the approach I hope they take, which is something I've said plenty of times, is what David Tepper did with the Carolina Panthers. And what he did essentially was, hey, I messed up with old buddy. I can't remember his name right now. But anyway, I messed up with the guy from Baylor. So now what I'm going to do is hire Frank Wright. He's the football mastermind. I'm going to let him hire all the coaches he needs, give him all the budget. I think if the Charlotte Hornets want to be successful, they should do that. I think they should do that exact thing. Hire a coach, let him get all his coaches around him, give him exactly what he needs. If he fails, then fine. You can wash your hands of that. It's easier said than done, but I guarantee you, especially if you choose a very solid, a very good coach, I guarantee you Charlotte Hornets fans will not be mad at you for hiring that guy and he just not be able to do the job, especially if it's just a well-seasoned coach, a well-respected coach, not someone pulled out of left field. If you just hire a really solid coach and then they fail and you give them the tools to succeed, I don't think anyone's going to be mad at you, and you've already probably won a majority of the fans over just by even attempting that. And I mean, easier said than done, not my money to be played with, but I feel that way. And let me know if you feel differently in the comment section below. If they went out, hired a coach, a well-respected, I have no idea who it would be. We don't know. But if they hired a well-respected coach, had him bring in his assistants, did whatever they could, and obviously nothing crazy, but just did whatever they could to build a really good, solid roster, and the coach still is unable to get anything done as far as put this team in the playoffs. Because really, the bar is low. If you're Rich Snall, if you're Gabe Plotkin, the bar is low. The bar is to make the playoffs. That's all you need to do. So if you give the coach everything he needs, and he still can't succeed, I think all Charlotte Hornets fans will be okay. I think they will be happy with. We obviously saw you trying. You hired a good coach. You let him bring in his assistants, and you gave him the opportunity to bring in solid talent, whether that's through trades, however you plan on doing it. You did it. You gave the coach what he needed, and he just wasn't able to achieve what you wanted him to do. I think most fans will be okay. Would they be upset? Of course. But I don't think they can look at the owners and say these owners suck. I think that would already put you in the upper echelon of Charlotte Hornets owners and saying, oh, wow, okay, they're actually trying something. It just didn't work. So I don't know. Let me know what you think about that down in the comment section below. Like I said, I don't really see any movement happening this year. It just wouldn't make sense. We're too close to the start of the season. Any long-term deals regarding players, unless it's just a sure thing like LaMelo, I don't foresee that happening. That could be a reason that we're seeing the hold up with BJ. It's just a lot. And I think they're going to want to get their people in and kind of see and have those guys evaluate who should stay, who should go. So let me know what you think once again down in the comment section below. Like I said, I'll be making more videos. Also, you can obviously look out for the podcast. It's called the Trust the Buzz podcast now. Thanks to my people at Believe who just were really quick to, I was like, hey, can we name it Trust the Buzz? And they were like, sure. I had the opportunity to do it before, but I didn't take that opportunity. And they were just very, willing to work with me. So that podcast will probably come out every Wednesday. It's, by me, for me. And it's just partnered with Believe. So just go support it. Go listen to it on wherever you listen to podcasts. And also, of course, I'll be posting the audio of the podcast on the YouTube channel as well. So that will be a great way of supporting me there. I'm more long-winded. We're having much, bigger discussions. I'm going to start trying to bring on guests. So it's just going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot of good stuff coming that way. And probably a lot of content there would be covered maybe ahead of time before here, unless it's like some quick news, then obviously I'll cover it here first. But like we're talking about lineups and all that, it will probably hit there first before it hits here, because with the season kind of being where it is, I'm trying to make more creative videos, and I'm not really thinking about making videos where it's like, oh, let's just talk about the lineup or anything like that. I'm thinking, deeper. I'm trying to get in my bag, especially with the slow part of the season. So thank you for being patient with that. But like I said, that content will be there, the podcast, every Wednesday morning. Go check it out. Can't wait just to see where that goes. And once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.